So guys, why are we here?
So we are here to talk about legal capacity. So do you guys know what is legal capacity?
Legal capacity?
I'm not sure.
I know.
What do you know?
Hello guys. So my name is Muhammad Syamil Hasib bin Syaiful Hazan.
My name is Wan Zafrin Syafiq, Dewan Azrul Nizam.
So guys, my name is Muhammad Zarif Ikhwan bin Edi Syahrani.
My name is Asif Iskandar Ar-Rahman bin Muhammad Nasir.
So guys, do you guys know what is legal capacity?
I know. Let me explain, okay. Based on Section 11 Contract Act 1950, provide that every person is competent to contract as long as he is age of majority, sound mind, and also not disqualified from contracting by any law in which he is subject.
Okay. So what is age of majority is actually?
Age of majority as in Majority Age Act 1971 is those who age 18 and above, which is called as a major. While a minor is a children who are not competent to the contract.
Oh, so 17 and below.
Yup.
Alright.
17 and below will be
minor
qualified as minor.
Yup, minor.
And 18 and above will be qualified as a major.
Yup.
So only the major will
have
the right to enter the contract lah.
Okay, that's right.
Okay.
Okay, next.
So, what is sound mind?
Okay, based on my knowledge, sound mind is as under 12 Contract Act, someone who can make a rational judgment.
So, what is the effect of contract by minor?
So the effect of contract by minor is under Section 10 and Section 11, there is state that any contract made by minor which is the age of below 18, then the contract will be void. So as we can see in the case between Mohari Bibi versus Darmodas Ghost. So Mohari Bibi has asked for credit from the Darmodas Ghost, but in order to secure the loan, Mohari Bibi has charged a house as a security. But because the Mohari Bibi is minor, which is his age not reached 18 and above yet, so the contract is void. So Mohari Bibi doesn't need to pay back the money. That caused the Darmodas Ghost as loss.
I see.
That is the law which is to protect the minor, even though the minor is lie about his age to the in the contract, but as the act protect the minor, so they are protected even they are lie in the contract.
So not unfair.
So I think this is really not unfair lah.
Yeah, it is true.
Okay, so just now Syahmi has talked about sound mind, right?
Yes.
So how about unsound mind? What is unsound mind exactly?
Unsound mind.
Do you know?
Yes, I know.
You know, okay.
So basically, unsound mind means someone who is mentally unstable to do such action.
Okay.
So, it refers to something especially in someone who is making a legal agreement to make a contract.
So if someone is unsound mind, then the contract that they are enter will be void.
Yes, they will be void. But not automatically void.
It is avoidable.
Yes.
So okay, understand.
So someone is crazy cannot competent to contract.
Yes, someone crazy cannot to contract.
For example, someone is crazy or mentally unstable.
Yes.
Hey, why are you looking at me? Okay. So let's move on.
Let's move on. Okay, move on. Okay. Let's go to the next topic.
I don't understand. Can you explain more detail about it?
Yes. According to the Contract Act, particularly in Malaysia, the Act doesn't clearly lay out when a person unsound mind enters into a contract. However, according to the English law, they already step up and come to help us to understand this better.
I see.
So basically, under English law, a contract made by someone who is unsound mind is voidable, but not totally void. So that means it can be cancelled, but only if certain condition is met.
Oh, totally understandable.
Yes.
Yeah. So as I said before, in the section 10 and 11, any minor who enter the contract, then the contract will be void. So
Yes.
is there any exception?
Yes, of course. Under the necessity, if a minor is responsible to agreement if goods and services is under necessity, but if it's not under necessity, the contract will be void. But until the minor reach the age of 18, the contract will automatically be voidable. Under the SOGA defines the necessity which goods and services under the actual requirement. For example, food, clothing, and home shelter, health department, and many more. But I give you one example. Nash versus Inman. A tailor sued a minor because he had supplied clothing, but the minor is undergraduated by Cambridge University. Although the clothes were suitable according to the minor's station of life, they can necessarily suit the minor because he already sufficient clothing.
Oh, I've heard these cases before, but I'm totally disagree with the decision.
Yeah.
But law is law.
Yeah, law is law. You can change things.
But I think our parliament must do
Change.
something. and
They must change the law.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need to innovate the law in order to make a fair situation for both sides.
Yes.
So is there any example or cases you guys can tell?
Yeah, I know something about it. In government of Malaysia versus Gurbachan Singh, Gurbachan received scholarship from government to attend trainings as a teacher, and for that he is to serve with government for 5 years after graduated. Gurbachan left before full term when he got sued, he claims that the contract is void. And then he was lack of capacity during that time. The court held that education is a necessity to a minor, and then Gurbachan is in breach of contract. That's why, like Shafiq told us about, when it's come about necessities,
Yes.
Then
minor
will be
should be responsible
for
about
that.
the
Oh, okay. Yes.
something that
Oh,
you done. Yeah.
okay, I got it. Oh, so that's mean, as you said, that the suggest
Gurbachan Singh.
Gurbachan. So as you said that Gurbachan got the scholarship before he's 18, right? So since he reached the age of majority, the scholarship is the necessities for the Gurbachan, right?
Yes.
So that's why he need to responsible for the scholarship that he's received.
Yeah, because he already managed to reach the age of 18, so he should be responsible for all of the charge.
Oh. So as said in the contract that he's need to work for the government for the period that already taught in the contract, right?
Yes.
So he need to fulfill it. Oh. Okay, I got it.
Is there more?
Is there any else we need to know?
Yes.
You want more? I have some more about it.
You don't have more?
I have more.
Okay. Then explain more.
In Natesan versus Tananlai Chumi and Ano, defendant is a minor. He contract with plaintiff after making false statement about his age when sued. He used of lack of capacity as reason. Plaintiff claimed that defendant may no longer use the reason because defendant made false statement of his age. The court held that misrepresentation does not obstruct the minor to use lack of capacity as defense.
So it is void or not?
Is it void?
Yup.
Oh, yes.
So now we arrive to the Q&A session. So there is so many questions that we need to ask. So let's ask the top question first.
Let's begin.
Let's begin. Okay. So for the first question, is the age of 18 still relevant as a marker of legal capacity in Malaysia?
Okay, I like this question.
Okay, you go. You want to answer?
Yup.
Okay. Let's answer.
Let's answer. Some 18 years old students are still dependent on their parents.
Yes.
But for me, I think even though someone who age like 16 or 17 can make their decision and can think rationally.
Yes.
That's why I'm not agree with that.
18 as the major
Yup.
age. Oh, so you think that should be lower age than 18? That should be in the major.
Yeah.
Oh, so you think they should lower the age of majority
So what age that you think is necessary for
the age concern?
yes?
I think 16 is the best choice.
16 is the best for the age of capacity for major.
How about you?
I think I agree with you. 16 is for me is okay. Yeah.
So
Because they can think like logically lah.
Oh, they can make their own decision already.
yes.
Oh,
They
okay.
have to responsible for
What they make, they
Yeah.
choose. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so for next question,
Okay, I want to ask you.
you want to ask me?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
A contract signed by underage students, for example, influencer under 18 who sign contract with brands, valid until Malaysia law.
So this question is very relevant today. So as we know that nowadays many students become product ambassadors, like in Instagram, TikTok. For example, Shafiq.
TikTokers.
TikTokers.
Yeah.
They promote so many things, right? In TikTok. Okay, so is the contract that he made with the company is legal or not? So if he, for example if the school student is a minor, right? In the minor age.
yes.
So if they make contract with the company who want they to become the promoter of their products, is that should be void or not? That should be
Legal.
questionable in the parliament. They should discuss it. They should reconsider for the age of the minor to make their own income for their own good, right?
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
Based on your opinions, is it void or not?
I think they should give the minor permission for they to make contract with the companies in order to gain more income for themselves, for their own benefit, and give the experience for them to gain their own money.
Yes. So it is okay lah.
Yes, I think it should be okay. It should be legal for
That's
them.
why I told you 16 is
The best age.
The best age
Yeah.
to make.
They should-
they can make their
own decision already, right?
I
Yeah.
think they already being mature at their
Yes.
Yes, okay, at
Yes,
that
yes.
age. So we all agree that the age of consent should be lower to 16 compared to 18.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Do you have any questions?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Number 3. Okay. So can technologies such as AI and digital documents replace human assessment in determining legal capacity?
So basically, we want to simplify the process, but AI does not understand human emotion. So AI and digital tools can help simplify legal process, but understanding and concept involve emotion is the disadvantage of the AI, which AI cannot fully
understand it.
understand.
Yes.
So court in Malaysia still require human assessment, especially in sensitive cases that involve mentally or understanding someone. AI can support but not decide.
Yeah, that's one I agree with you. So AI can make decision for help human to make legal.
Yes.
law.
They can make a suggestion, but we make the
Yes.
decision.
Yes, they can make the decision but not decision.
Yes,
Decision must be made by the human.
Yes, because we originally understand about humans feelings and what does human thinks, but not AI.
Yes, AI don't have humanity that should be need as a legal form.
Any more question?
Yes, I got for you. Okay, should a mental capacity assessment system be mandatory before a will, marriage or property purchase?
Currently there is no like specific for that term, but but many regrets of major decisions because they are being influenced. But they did not understand what it is about. They made a decision because someone told them to make the decision. So they are being influenced, not using their own mental thinking.
Is there any questions?
So you mean that the people that the mental capacity should not be the main mandatory before will, purchase or marriage, right?
Yes, because we should make a decision not controlled by others. We should make a decision by our own self.
Oh, I agree with that. So there is no more question, right? Is there any other question?
No more questions.
No more question. So
I think that's all for today.
I think that's all from us.
We don't have conclusion, right?
Conclusion.
Conclusion. Yes.
So the conclusion.
What about the conclusion?
What about the conclusion?
Conclusion.
So the conclusion is the all that we talk is which is the age of the major
Unsound
unsound mind.
Okay, for me,
yeah.
legal capacity isn't just about age. It's
Yes.
about understanding, context and support. Malaysia has come catching up to do, especially when it comes to protecting vulnerable groups. And while technology can help, human judgment is still key in legal judgment and decisions.
Okay.
Totally understandable.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's all from us.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, guys.